Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SBX 2014. I'm Rusty.
I'm Joe.
And this is
Frank Candeloro.
Frank.
Welcome, Frank.
Thank you.
Are you ready to kill it?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Then that's what's going to happen.
All right, Frank. You're here at SBX. Is it your first SBX?
Yeah, it's also my first international comic convention ever. So
Now, international means that you're not from America, so where are you from?
I'm from the land down under, to be more specific, Australia.
Nice.
How many lands down under are there?
I guess just ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in case anybody didn't know exactly
Well,
which,
you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a hidden island.
maybe they thought it was just a song. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's from the song.
I'm from the song.
Yeah,
Hi,
I'm
everybody.
from the song.
song.
Yes.
What brought you to SBX as your first international show?
I was, discussing SBX with two of my friends, Matt Hoddy and Caitlin Major, and they seemed like they had a ball. And just looking at some of the photos, I was like, wow, such a place can only exist in my dreams. But and I thought to myself, I wish I could go. But then I kind of thought about it a bit more, and I realized, why couldn't I go? And so I started preparing, and yeah, here I am. It didn't feel real until I finally stepped into those doors and saw everyone. I'm like, this is actually happening. This is no longer just a faint thought in my head. It's actually happening.
So have you enjoyed the show so far?
I've been having a ball. It's probably the best convention that I've ever been to. Been selling out so many comics. I don't really have that many left on my table. I think I've got like one of everything.
Oh,
That's
nice.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, did you bring a generous amount, like hoping to sell them?
Yeah. I've got about 13 books altogether, and I've brought about not really a lot, like maybe about 10 of everything. But
That's a fair amount of books.
They've been selling like hotcakes.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
What has been your favorite part of SPX so far?
What has been my favorite part?
If you think back to what you've experienced so far, what stands out the most?
Probably the prom last night. It was
The prom, once again.
It was pretty cool. Like, I'm not really. I can't call myself a social butterfly. I know.
Well, I will.
A comic creator can't call himself a social butterfly. What are the
No,
odds?
it's in the rule book.
Yeah, but yeah, it was so much fun. And I'm not much of a dancer, but I just got into it,
Yeah, you had a
And
really good time?
Every time I kind of wanted to leave, they'd play a song that I really liked. I'm like, no, I've got to get my boogie on for that one.
Well, that's great. The prom is a new addition to the show that people are raving about.
Seems to be universally loved. So
And it's come up in these interviews almost as much as comics in general.
pretty much, yeah.
So that sounds awesome. Did you get enough sleep last night?
Yeah, I did actually. I drank a fair bit, but to be honest, I'm feeling fine. I'm not hungover or anything like that.
It's the magic of SPX.
Yep.
It cures your ills.
It takes care of you.
So, tell us about your comics.
Yeah.
I've got a few of them here. They're I've got a pretty eclectic
gonna hold
selection
this.
of comics.
There you
These are only 4 of them. They're mostly horror based. Some of them are sci-fi. And they're all sort of influenced by cinema, specifically Golden Age cinema, because
All right.
I used to be a filmmaker back in the day, back about 10 years ago, and was doing that for a while, and it was okay. But then I discovered comics, and I've never looked back. But at the same time, that part of cinema is always in me, and it's kind of expressed in here. So in some ways, these are the films that I wanted to make, but due to so many reasons, lack of funds, lack of skills, I couldn't do it.
But you can make comics about them.
Yeah, absolutely.
How long have you been making comics?
I've been doing them since 2009. I've been printing my own comics since 2010. So yeah, it's almost
4 or 5 years.
now.
Yeah. And how many shows have you done?
Oh god.
It might be a hard number to gather, actually.
Probably about like 10 or 15
Right.
throughout the years. Mostly in Australia, specifically Melbourne, which is where I come from.
So how's your trip to America been?
It's been great. Like I've been making the rounds across the country. Like I've been to LA, Las Vegas. I was in New York briefly before coming over here, which is where I'm going to be heading back to after this. It's been really good. It's not the first time I've been to America. I went about 2 years ago. It's the first time I've been in Maryland though, so
Nice.
it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, Maryland is the state of excitement.
Absolutely.
It is.
You can tell because we have so many things, and it's just so nice.
Excited is our state of motion. Actually.
It is our official state of motion.
Official state of motion.
So have you seen anything here that was really inspiring to you, or you got excited to comic, or a particular artist maybe?
Oh, there were so many great artists. I think the one that I was looking forward to the most was Ed Pisco, who has done a lot of my favorite comics. The one book that I wanted, of course, was Hip Hop Family Tree,
Yes.
which has been selling out in Australia. Like, I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, wow.
Like, I thought, oh God, well, he's here. I can finally get it. I go up to his table and the book's not there, and I'm like, oh God, no, I'm not missing out on my chance. So I run to the Fantagraphics table. They've still got copies. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Nice.
So yeah, I got him to sign it. We had a chat. I showed him one of my comics, and he seemed to like it. So that was pretty cool to get some sort of recognition from one of my favorite artists. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. How has the reception been in general to your comics?
It's been really, really good. Like, you just don't know, because I'm mostly used to selling comics in Australia, and they do all right there, but you're dealing with another continent, and you've got so many
It's like a whole different crowd.
books. Yeah, there's so much competition.
That's true, yeah.
And you think, God, is this where I finally realized that maybe I'm not cut out for this? But no, it's been selling really good, and people have been taking a lot of interest in it, which is really gratifying. It's made the trip really worthwhile.
So how long have you been in the States?
Been about a week now, actually. Yeah, I've got about 2 more weeks in the US before I finally head home.
That's a pretty long trip then. That's cool.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the rest of your time?
Probably going to head back to New York, because I was only there for like a day before heading to this. And
You can see everything in New York in a day.
Oh.
That's what they say, at least.
So I hear.
New York, all done in a day.
I don't
Anything
think,
that matters.
I don't think I did that, but yeah. Then after that, it's off to Florida, Disney World, and yeah, off back home.
Nice.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, it is.
Sounds like much better than our.
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, my plan is to go to work.
I was gonna say after SBX we're gonna go back to work tomorrow
Yeah,
and be sad.
absolutely. It'd be
Yeah.
terribly, terribly sad.
We're gonna change the state of motion to sadness.
Yeah, just our state of emotion.
This is our state of motion.
So if you were interested in learning about your comics, can they find you online?
Absolutely. If you go to www.frankcandeloro.com, you'll find all my comics there. You can follow me on Twitter at frankencomics. Also on Instagram at frankenmation, and there's also my Tumblr, which is frankencomics.tumblr.com, where I post all previous to my art, links to some of the reviews I've gotten of my work, just everything. You can find me there. I try to maintain a good online presence.
Very nice.
Fantastic. Now, Frank, before you go,
Yep.
do you want to answer a mystery question?
Yep, I think I will.
Yes.
Let's do it. Pass those over.
There you go.
Okie dokie.
Here comes the machine.
Cool.
Always exciting.
And here comes the necessary quarter. Now let's get crazy, guys.
There you go. Oh, keep going.
You good?
Yes.
Boom.
Woo.
Where would you take the Hernandez brothers on a date? Oh, that's the $64,000 question.
Yeah, so Los Bros Hernandez, they're interested,
Yeah.
but they need a nice dinner.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Well, it would be a bit expensive, but I'd fly them all the way to Melbourne, because it is the most livable city in the world, apparently. And there's so many nice Italian restaurants as far as the eye could see, and I'd take them all. I'd wine them. I'd dine them. It would be a magical experience.
It would be a comics magical experience.
And it'd also be an expensive experience, but it's the Hernandez brothers. If
Right.
I'm going to splurge, it better be for them.
If you're
there's
going to win
anything
their
that's
dual hearts, you got to go all out.
Absolutely.
How about you, Rusty? Where would you take them?
I'm gonna say the hotel restaurant.
The one right down here?
It's very close.
It's very close.
Um,
So you don't want to waste time.
I don't want to travel, and I can appreciate traveling far as you would. Unfortunately, I don't have that luxury here.
Right.
So I have a lot of interviews to do, a lot of work to do. It's also convenient. You can get them drunk.
Get them drunk.
Take them up to the room,
Jaime and Gilbert, guess what?
and we'll just make comics.
Make comics in the room?
Surprisingly. Drunk comics, yeah.
Drunk comics. Okay. Now you haven't asked, but I know what I would do.
Right.
Right at their table. I always have sandwiches on me. I just give them some food. Just ply them with sandwiches.
You just flip the script.
and be like, "You love me yet? If not, more sandwiches."
Until they do.
Yeah, I usually, and it's not always, obviously. Friday, I'm running a little sandwich light, but I always try to keep 30 sandwiches on me at all times.
I've seen when you start to run low and you freak out.
I freak out if I dip below 27 sandwiches. I have to have a talk with myself in the bathroom. This is not cool. I like your idea though, because it involves going into a nice city, whereas mine.
I think they would probably appreciate yours the best out of
I don't know. You haven't tried my sandwiches.
That's true.
All 30 of
Your
them.
pocket sandwiches.
Well, Frank, thank you so much for talking with us.
Yeah,
No,
thank you.
Good luck with the rest of SBX,
Thanks.
and good luck with the rest of your trip.